Ladies and gentlemen, my name is 240 and I am proud to be your host for the debut episode of Pro Wrestling Eternal's Event Center, where you will be able to keep up to date with all of Eternal news and results. Pro Wrestling Eternal is brought to you on Grey Dog Software's newest release, Total Extreme Wrestling 2020. You can find this and other games, wrestling related or otherwise, at greydogsoftware.com. Disclaimer. Pro Wrestling Eternal is not sponsored, sanctioned, or in any other wise, shape, or form affiliated with Grey Dog Software. As a matter of fact, we are currently on the phone with their lawyers who are drafting the cease and desist order as we speak. We apologize now for our actions. Pro Wrestling Eternal is the latest in a long line of great Chicago area wrestling promotions. And we are so excited to bring professional wrestling back to the Great Lakes, but we know a single show just won't do. So Pro Wrestling Eternal is excited to announce for our debut weekend, the Eternal Championship Double Shot Weekend. 2 nights, jam-packed with tremendous wrestling action. First, on Friday, January 24th, at the VFW Post 2108 in Akron, Ohio, we will see the Eternal Cruiserweight Championship Tournament. Let's meet the 8 men from around the world who will be coming to Akron to crown the first Cruiserweight champion. Bursting onto the scene during his 3-year stint in Danger and Violence Extreme, Acid became a man to watch in the early to mid-2000s, but truly came into his own during a decade in Japan with world-level wrestling. Looking at the tail end of his career, Acid is returning to American soil for the first time in 13 years, with Eternal Cruiserweight Championship aspirations. A relative newcomer to the wrestling landscape, Blue Dragon has mixed youthful energy, smooth technique, and fearless aerial attacks to take the California independent scene by storm. Traveling to the Great Lakes area for the first time, Dragon intends to ride his patented Dragon driver to the inaugural Cruiserweight Championship. The 26-year-old Christopher Ball has up to recently lived a double life, spending the past 3 years as both a mixed martial artist and a professional wrestler. Now 100% focused on the superior combat sport, Ball is looking to parlay his superior striking power and boundless courage into championship gold. A longtime indie standout and tremendous tag team specialist, Jason O'Connor is coming to Pro Wrestling Eternal with one goal, and that is to establish himself as the best technical worker in the world. O'Connor has vowed to tap every competitor put in front of him on his path to the Cruiserweight Championship. Matching a straightforward attire with a straightforward wrestling style, Jules Knight isn't the type to leave the mat during a match, but has no reason to. A superior technician, Knight is at home wrapping his opponents in knots before putting them to sleep, which has earned him the nickname of the Sandman. Jules is looking to have a good night and win the Eternal Cruiserweight Championship Tournament. With over 17 years in the business, Keith Vegas is a fantastic all-rounder with very few weaknesses. Able to adapt to any opponent, Vegas can compete with the best of them and is adopted in any given night mentality. Looking to make January 24th in Akron his night, Keith Vegas has his sights set on the Eternal Cruiserweight Championship. Brooklyn born and bred, Robbie McNamara has traveled North America plying his trade with a technical grace, but has a tendency to show a mean streak showcased by some dirty brawling, proving you can't take the burrow out of the boy. While a terrific tag team tactician, McNamara has shown just as much competency in singles competition and is a favorite to win this Cruiserweight Championship tournament. One of the best wrestlers in all of Lucha Libre today, Silver Tiger is looking to expand his sphere of influence. A 2-time Universal Champion for original Lucha Libre's Eternal of Mexico, Silver Tiger may not be well known in the US yet, but is arguably the most talented man in the Cruiserweight Championship tournament. Don't be surprised if you see Tiger standing tall at the end of the night. And we are proud to announce that the first round matches have already been determined. Acid and Christopher Ball will battle, and the winner will face off against the winner of Jules Knight versus Keith Vegas. Jason O'Connor goes one-on-one with the rookie Blue Dragon, which will determine who will meet the victor of Silver Tiger versus Robbie McNamara in the second round. And if that wasn't enough, the following night, Saturday, January 25th, at the Morris Community Center in Chicago, Illinois, the Eternal Heavyweight Championship Tournament. Let's take a look at the 8 men looking to leave Chicago as the inaugural heavyweight champion. At 6'6" and 250 pounds, Charlie Corner has an impressive stature, but it's his personality and presence that's truly larger than life. Only a few months into his career, Corner has found himself at home with a microphone in hand, speaking with an ease, earning himself the nickname of California Cool. In his first foray outside of the LA area, Corner looks to leave Chicago with the heavyweight championship around his waist. For the past 13 years, Colossus has been the terror of every wrestler who has stepped foot in a Puerto Rican wrestling ring. Near 7 foot tall, there are few men who can stand eye to eye with him, and any that attempt to are quickly dispatched with extreme prejudice. Colossus looks to send the rest of the field to an early grave courtesy of the Damnation Drop and start an eternal reign as king of the heavyweights. Sometimes a break is all you need to show a different side of yourself. Unfortunately for Dermatological, that break was literal when he snapped his lower leg in two a couple years ago. While sitting on the outside looking in, he became disillusioned with how the wrestling world works and began to resent it all. Putting the lotions and masks away for good, Dermot returned to wrestling with a new outlook and a new name. Now Denny King is at the top of his game and ready to add the Eternal Heavyweight Championship around his waist. Originally trained by the Supreme Wrestling Federation, Greg Hennig has spent the last 10 years slowly but surely working his way out of the shadow of his former employer. Now ready to step into his own, Hennig has shed the final vestige of his old life and is looking to become the first Eternal Heavyweight Champion. From the world of aerial acrobatics of lucha libre, Gringo Starr is a big bruiser who enjoys going strike for strike with anyone willing, and often is the man left standing in the end. A standout in the Mexican scene due to his style, Gringo is coming to Chicago ready to mix it up with other brawlers to claim the heavyweight championship. While his prime is far behind him, Jack Griffith is the epitome of not as good as he once was, but good once as he ever was. Southern Justice has the potential to reach back through the clock and live up to his former glory, but he is on the last pages of the final chapter of his career. Griffith returns to Chicago looking for one last heavyweight championship. A powerful youngster with an old-school vibe, Jason Patterson has made a name for himself in the Midwest, only a few years after his debut. Power slams, suplexes, and clubbing blows matched with plain trunks, Patterson would be as comfortable in the 1960s as he is today. The young man known as the Oklahoma Thunderbolt plans on claiming the Eternal Heavyweight as his first championship. Only a few months into his career, Calder Tag is getting an opportunity many would fight tooth and nail for. It's even more impressive considering Tag has primarily fought alongside his older brother Wolfie as one half of the Hot Tags. Is Calder over his head, or can the rookie catch everyone off guard and claim the heavyweight championship? As with the Cruiserweight tournament, the first round matchups have already been made. The winner of Greg Hennig and Charlie Corner will take on either Colossus or Gringo Starr, and Denny King and Jason Patterson will go blow for the right to continue in the tournament against Jack Griffith or Calder Tag. And with that, we've come to the end of Pro Wrestling Eternal's debut event center. We hope to see you Friday, January 24th in Akron, and Saturday, January 25th in Chicago for our championship double shot weekend. Doors open at 6 p.m., bell time is at 7. Drinks, refreshments, and merchandise will be on sale prior to the show and during intermission. Just as a reminder, there is no flash photography allowed, and we ask that you don't video record these events, as they will be available for sale in the near future. My name is 240. Thank you for your time, and I hope to see you again soon.